When I see her just this morning, to see how the child might be, she sat there smoking all my cigarettes at a table set for three. I could have cried, I could have cried when she said, oh, I don't love you anymore. I was slain and shut the door. Ain't no room here anymore. Please don't look to me for help. All the pain is with yourself. All the blame is with yourself. So I went to see my friends. I tried to turn to them for help, but all that any of them said, you gotta look out for yourself. I could have cried, I could have cried. She said, I don't love you anymore.
You people that don't have $150,000, which pretty much describes most of us, not all of us, you rich people. This is what happens when you have a cat that doesn't want to be picked up. Just letting you know, Leslie didn't hit me. Well, not today. Help. So, unobtainium is cool. It's a cool word. Wasn't it in The Core? That action movie, they had unobtainium. Well, it means something that cannot be obtained. But it can if you have enough money. We're talking about snake oil shit. We're talking about these mythical things that give you the tone that you've been dreaming of all your life. And then you get it and then you find out, oh, wait, you're not John Mayer. Because John Mayer's tone doesn't come out of his gear. It comes out of his fingers. He's a good musician. He's a good writer. He's a good singer. That's why John Mayer is John Mayer, not because he's got the money to buy Klons and Dumbles. And that's what we're talking about right there. That is the unobtainium by Crazy Tube Circuits. Disclaimer, A, I'm getting paid for this. B, Crazy Tube Circuits has never put a table on my pedal. The other way around. Has never put a table on my pedal. Wait, again, the other way around. Has never put a pedal on my table that wasn't great. So I expect the greatest. They recently did the Crossfire, which is a tube screamer into a blackface. That's a classic combination. Guy with a hat played that. This is a similar thing, which is a Klon thing into a Dumble thing. And the Dumble has the SSS, a steel string singer, and the ODS, the overdrive special. Is that a Dumble? No. Is a Fuchs or a Turok a Dumble? No. A Dumble is a Dumble. Does that matter for the tone? No. People buy this for the investment. The Bonamassa has it. Are they good amps? Yes. Can you get the same sound out of something much cheaper? Yes, you can. Because a Dumble amp will run you about 150 grand. It's dumb, bull, but that's what it is. So don't fall into that trap. You can get this pedal, I think, for $289 something in Germany. And it's just not going to be a Dumble, but it gives you those types of sounds, that kind of gain, that kind of breakup. That's the idea. And both of these, especially if you're getting what's with word, ow, original Klon, then who wants to spend $5,000 on a pedal? That's ridiculously dumb. I'm going to do it again. Bull. And now I get why some people watch these videos and go like, this guy's crazy. What an idiot. I get it. Trust me. Here's what I think about Klon pedals. They're all literally the same. It's always the same circuit. They're all good. The EHX one, the Electro-Harmonix one, what's it called? Don't remember. It's a little bit more mid-focused, not the best among them, but whether you have an Archer from J-Rocket, or a Thomann, or the Thomann Deluxe, or either of these, it's always doing the thing that the Klon's supposed to do. It's not magical, okay? So this thing is doing the thing that it's supposed to do, give you the Klon type circuit. However, we got a switchity-poo, that's what it's technically called. This switchity-poo gives you more saturation and more gain, which is cool. The original Klon then came out as the KTR, where you could switch between true bypass and buffer. This one does that too. The very, very original one for $5,000 now on Reverb is only buffered, and people bitched about it. So he added a true bypass, relay bypass to it. This has the same thing. And then you got, gain. You can really just get this down, use it as a clean boost. All the Klon type things right here. And it's CTC, Crazy Tube Circuits, which means it's fucking good. Okay? By this time, Chris from CTC has thrown so many good pedals on my table that if I don't have something mega excellent, I'm rather disappointed, because that's just how he is. Then we got this Dumble thing. Run it clean to give your clean amp a different flavor, and it 100% works. In the track that you heard at the beginning, where I might say I got some very nice tones, that was actually the Amped 1 from Blackstar, a rather uninspiring clean tone, and you turn this thing on, all of a sudden, the tone was there! Emphasis does something, I don't know, compressy and also adds more gain. We'll play around with it. Tone does the same thing, you know, just more trebly and not so more trebly. It's a tone knob. And then gain does how much screech it is. Now, I cannot switch between the two different, let's call them amps here. It is a subtle difference. However, you can internally do things to the difference. Internal trim ports, you can adjust the volume boost on this side. So when you go to the ODS, you can kick it up by 6 dB if you wanted that. And here with the trim port inside on the SSS, you can adjust the low end response. I didn't do that. I used it the way that it came stock. Also in the box, which I didn't know unless Mario from Face reminded me, way at the bottom of the box in the popcorny stuff was a switchy poo, which is now the crazy tube circuit switchy poo. The tiniest switch I've ever seen. And you can connect it with a normal guitar cable, and that actually will switch between those two. So you can use any switch that's a passive switch, but get this one because, come on, that's really cute. And then when it's on, you can actually switch between the two amps, and there's a pop. Use it for rhythmic sounds, but the pop's normal. That is it. Oh, it's got a loopy thing. Send and return. So if you so choose, you can actually put a delay between your Klon and your fake Dumble, your fumble, or anything else. Another overdrive. You can boost your other overdrive and tube screamer with your Klon, whatever. It's got a loop. You could also, in your looper switcher, run each side independently and really run this like two pedals. And that's how you should see it. You're buying yourself a Klon with an in and out. You're buying yourself a Dumble style overdrivey thing with an in and out. So you're literally buying two pedals for the price of, guess, one. Now we're running it into amps. I'm afraid it's got two sides, loads of work, but let's not so much focus on the Klony side because realistically, you know what that's supposed to sound like. And Leslie's up there switching. That's way too big. It's usually what I hear in bed. Hey, hello. How'd you do that? That's true. this is the Talking Sky King. I'm sorry, it's one of these days. And then we're going to run into other amps. Talking Sky King, clean, sounds like so. Why am I doing this chord? The G9 over A. I like it. Nice. This guitar is also nice. It is the Shabbat Lynx in flip-floppy color. Look at, I mean, this baby is just to freaking die for. Look at this neck. I mean, come on. And Ivy Shabbat makes these for a rather affordable price, I'm going to say, for what it is, because this is one of the finest guitars you will find on the planet. The Klony side into stock buffer. The Tonking. Add some character. It's a less reflecty paper. That's what we do. See, reflecty, less reflecty, and it fell. Our less reflecty paper fell. It's very high-techy stuff. You wouldn't even be able to afford the less reflecty paper, okay? That's thousands. It's very special pedal video less reflecty paper. You wouldn't know. I could tell you anything. You gotta buy this if I'm gonna tell you. I mean, come on, you clearly... So nice range on the treble. Obviously, we're not going to hear any difference between buffered and true bypass. Obviously, in buffered, you could have longer cable runs behind the pedal, if you so choose, because of something that's called impedance, which does things with electricity. Any difference that you perceive is inconsequential in an actual musical context. You frickin' nerds. We're gonna switch from stock to mod. Difference is extremely minute, but it adds a little bit more saturation, just a little bit of a gain boost, but probably more with more gain. We'll hear. There's a difference. Let's crank it up fully. If you need a little bit more saturation and less transparency, that's the way to Some Metallica thing. Because we all know that Klons are made for metal. It adds more, and there's more. More's more, as Momstein says. We're going to turn this off. We're going to go to the Dumble side. Here's our clean tone again. It does exactly what you think a Dumble should do. Dumbles are known for thick cleans. So that amp by itself is very, very nice and sparkly. And this just fattens it a little bit. Very subtle, but there. adding some dual verb. Eventide H90 does sound nice. If you want to play John Mayer, learn the thumb thing. I suck at this. And then he goes and actually does that here somewhere, the fucker. So I can't switch. So if I hit the clicky thing, don't hear that much difference. It's a slight difference at higher gain setting. Yes, the mids are a little bit different, and it's generally a thicker sound. So let's crank up the gain. A little bit much there on the treble side. Let's look at tone. They do different things. Apparently tone is behind. It's a post and that's a pre. Maybe something like this. What do I know? You should probably watch someone who knows about the tone. At that setting, let's go to the red side or the ODS, which would look like this if I didn't have the switch. Okay, it is a little bit more saturated. It has a tad more gain. It's more saturated. Also, I would say it's got a little bit more gain. not quite so open, more like it's a little bit more saturated with a bit more gain. But differences are subtle. However, internally, if you crank the dB up, is it going to get louder for a solo boost? I don't think so, because you're going to have this in front of your amp, and therefore it's going to push your amp harder. But up to you. Now let's talk about solo stuff, because right there at that setting, that's already a lot of singing gain. Now, do we even need the clonny thing in front of it? Let's go crazy. I mean, there's in the red or the ODS with loads of gain and I think the idea is loads of sounds, you get the idea. Now, different amps. Let's see what we got here. That's the MVP66, which is JTM mesh. Let's thicken this up a little bit, just like what it's supposed to do. Great! I mean, all the different ones that you want, the JTM without anything. Cleany boost. It freaking does exactly what it's supposed to do. We're gonna go into the mini plexi thing, which is 10, not that you care. Morgan AC20. Voxy. Blah, 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 JCM800. Low input. Yeah, it really does something. Marshall checked out again. Second time now. I really have to call those people. So, let me turn that off. The UNOBTANIUM can be obtained for under €300. Realistically, you're not going to sound like John Mayer. You're not going to sound like Bonamassa. You're not going to sound like Robin Ford. You're not going to sound like anyone who ever played a Dumble. You're not going to sound like anyone who owns one of those $5,000/euro Klon pedals. You're going to sound like you. So if you don't practice, you will still suck. However, if you want to be inspired with some thick tones, some beautiful singing leads, some ability to make your thinner, clean tone a little bit thicker with this side, or even volume boost your existing amp, this does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's slightly crooked, bugging me. And it is from a company that I very, very much respect for just being true to the tones that they write on these things, which is what they're doing. They impress me every single time with every single pedal. But do not listen to what I'm saying, because it might be completely full of shit. You heard the sounds. If those are sounds you like, you have an amp that's in any way similar to the amps I've used, then you can get those tones. Either much better because you're a better guitar player, as many of you are who think that I should practice. To those people I say, fuck you. I literally don't play guitar except for when I'm sitting here in the videos. Because doing YouTube is 50% of the day talking to brands and making sure these videos even happen. 50% of the day editing videos, another 50% of the day tuning guitars, which I don't actually do, and putting strings on them, and another 50% is audio editing, and there's a lot of 50%s, and there's literally no time to actually practice or actually play the instruments. I'm sorry, that's just how YouTube is. So if you think my job's so great, do it for a day. Let's see how you like it. Point is, I'm not bitching. I like the job. Good job. This is good. That's my point. My point's also, you can subscribe to this channel below. And if you haven't, why haven't you? Please do it. You can also go over there and do Instagram. Over there's Facebook. Do all of it because numbers matter to stupid people. Buy it if you like it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's that simple. But you should buy it because you like it. You don't play metal with it. Don't be an idiot. And also, animals at the end.